Evening, morning, afternoon, night. You know the drill, same thing every time. Look, today we got a thing where I'm just gonna do an assessment, all right? Just gonna dig through this RTU and see what I think, you know? Previous people said, yeah, you gotta replace it no matter what. It's done, all right? Maybe it's not, I don't know. I like to be honest with the customer. I guess the hardest part about this is, who do they trust? They trust me? Look at me, I don't know. Maybe I'm trustworthy, I don't know. But we'll take a look at it. I'm not gonna give it away, all right? We'll see what happens, all right? Here we go. We are on a big freaking building. Big old warehouse. I think I'm going this way. We're gonna find out. It's probably a 20-foot climb. Doing an assessment. Basically, they want a second opinion. I was asking the feller which one it was, and he said, oh, it's number one. Yeah, sometimes they're not labeled. I do all the work. Drive around the building, go up the ladder, walk across the sea of white, only to find there's no numbers and I have to go all the way back down. So I was able to get model and serial number while he was, you know, scrolling through the thing on the computer. I was able to see some of the notes from the previous company, so I like that because it gives me an idea of what to kind of look for. Unfortunately, your boy's a little bit dyslexic, so I can't read very fast, all right? All I got out of that was one of these circuits is flat on charge. That's all I got. Yeah. A whole bunch of more notes. If the brain cells would just tickle a little faster, that's all right. We're gonna figure some more stuff out, I'm sure. Check out the big stuff first. Wherever RTU1 is. These are all, well, that one's not old. Oh, you're looking at me. Yeah, look out here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carriers. And was I right? Are they not labeled? Man, I'm glad I got that model and serial number. We're gonna assume one is the first one. You know what they say about assuming. I think I also saw something about stage 1 flat on charge. It's R22. Let's see here. This feller is, well, you know what? I got the model and serial. I got a picture of it. That's the easiest thing to do. If I can find it. There we go. Let's see. Serial 20541. 20541. This is her. Look, it even says number 1. Look at that. I didn't even see that. That's all right. Okay. Let's verify what we got. Get a picture of that. We do have R22. So it's 60 degrees outside, people. I'm not going to be able to verify charge. Got the clouds out, bunch of moisture up in the sky. 60 is my borderline to too cold. I know, I'm a wiener. I don't really care if you want to say that. That's fine. I'll admit it. It's all right. I don't like the cold weather. All right. 65? 65's all right. There's sun out. 60 would be fine if there was sun out, but that old dude's hiding behind them clouds. Okay, step number 1. I'm not even going to start at the cooling stuff. I'm going to start at the heat exchanger. We can tell it's been gooped up, so we're gonna have some blowback here because this blower's running. That's all right. I can check a heat exchanger with a blower running. It just theoretically should blow this cap right off. So it's a good thing we got our hat cam so I can hold the thing on and do the thing at the same time. I don't know how people make these videos and hold their camera at the same time working one-handed. I mean, these little hat mount thing, it ain't cost very much. Only like 15 bucks maybe. And yep, come on. I don't need you all the way off. We okay like that. All right. Sorry if y'all are getting the wind blown, but it is what it is. There's my special tool just for heat exchangers. Okay, $175 if you want to buy it from me. I can get it from the store for $3. Anyway, let's see here. One thing to keep in mind is that you want to keep your eyes away from the wind blowing out, because you are knocking off rust. When you get rust in your eyes, it hurts, people. All right, I couldn't see for like a week because I got a piece of rust in my eyeball and it scratched my cornea. And whose fault is that? It's my own fault, because I was an idiot. All right, I'll be an idiot so you don't have to. Wear your safety glasses if you have to have your eyes in the middle of danger. It would be really nice though if I could find a hole. These things may not have one. There's some sketchy spots. Oh, here's a hole. I found a hole. There's one hole. I don't really need to find any more. You only need one to condemn a heat exchanger. But this is one of those things that a lot of people won't check when they're doing an assessment on the unit, because everyone seems to focus on the cold. Well, you know what? You gotta have the hot too. You can't just do the cold. Man, I did find a hole. It's gonna be hard to take a picture of her, but it's definitely a hole. Oh, there's two holes. And what I'm doing is I'm just scratching, people. I'm not putting a lot of force on this. Just scratching the surface of where I see rust. And that's where your holes are going to be. And when your screwdriver falls in, well, guess what? That's a hole. Like I said, I don't need to find any more. I'm going to take a picture of that hole, or those two. And we already have step number one, condemned heat exchanger, which is a few $1,000s. I mean, it's not like outrageous, but it adds up when you start adding the bill up to whether we want to replace this thing or not. That's step one. Let's see what my picture looks like. Oh yeah, we got the holes in there. All right. Let's put all these screws back in. Maybe I'll fast forward this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I did learn how to fast forward, but I think it looks dumb. I don't know, what do y'all think? Does my fast forwarding look dumb? I guess I should shut up if I'm gonna fast forward, because then you don't want to talk and fast forward, because then you sound like a chipmunk. So I'm gonna screw the rest of these in and shut up. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna pop open the electrical box here, see if we got any burned or charred wiring. Got a convenience outlet. That's good. That's going to be replaced as well, because those always go bad. They're weathered. Look, someone put a 3/8. Come on, people. That's another 3/8. And if my sniffer is accurate, I'm smelling gas. So we may have to shut the gas off on this thing. Natural gas has a smell that you just can't run away from. It's gonna be all up in your business. That one didn't even grab anything. Oh, that one served no purpose. All right. Okay, now they did say that one of these dudes, oh look, they sent me a thing on this deal. I don't even know what this is in Garland. That's not even, I don't even know what that's about. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Property manager, that's in a different town. I'm in Dallas, Texas. Yeah, Dallas. Now I'm just gonna put my low side on. I think it said circuit 1 was flat. And, well, they're not labeled. Just imagine that. Eeny, meeny, miny, let's just do this one. Oh, that one's got stuff all over it. That one's got oil. Here, here. Come on. Oh, that one's got a kinked suction line. We're going to take a picture of that after I put my gauge on this dude. See what we got. That one definitely not flat. So R22 static, about 100 psi. Oh goodness! Oh, oh, that stinks so bad. So you can learn a lot from the smell of a refrigerant. That R22 is burnt. Yeah, so that's not a good thing. I don't understand how they kinked a suction line. They must have run a new one at some point. This one is definitely flat, so I'm gonna call that 2. You know what, just so no one can say anything, I'm gonna label it. And they're gonna be like, oh no, that was number 1. I'll be like, no, look at them. Look at them, read them. It says on the compressor which one it is. So, there's a good chance that the replacement compressor for this is not a valved compressor. Most likely it's a scroll, and they have a conversion kit for it. Most likely, okay, not 100%. I'm gonna check the windings on these things too. So a circuit flat on charge could be a Schrader, could be a evaporator. I don't know where the leak is. We're going to look for signs, i.e. oil, because it usually gives you a sign of where these leaks are. We're going to go to speaker mode. Oh, come on, get on there. That's 8. That's 9, 10, 9. We're going to say 9. And that is 9. That's a good compressor. And then check this guy without breaking my leads. Use your leads for what they're supposed to be used for, people, not prying like I am. Don't be an idiot. Don't mess up your stuff. Following what I do. Do as I say, not as I do. Yep. Get out of here. All right. We're gonna check this. All we gotta do is pull off 2 of the leads. But this thing's under power, right? So it's under power, but the contactor should not be pulled in. Just for giggles, I'm gonna make sure I'm not getting any voltages to any of these lines. I'm not trying to get the shockaroonies. That's got 280 on it. Okay, so we're not gonna grab on those leads, okay? All right, people. But I am gonna shut her down. There. Now I can grab on those leads. Y'all almost saw it. Y'all almost saw a shocking experience. Glad you didn't. Brown bottom, brown bottom. Which makes no sense because that's on the T3R terminal. Alright, all you gotta do is pop off 2 of them, people. Go back to speaker mode and see what these are. That one's 5, 6. Uh-oh. And 6. That's a good compressor too. Brown bottom. So, we don't have a bad compressor. But the good stage has a kinked suction line. Let's take a look at that. Get a good picture of that with some flash on here. And these are C163S dryers. I'm not going to do me any good to take a picture of it because I can't see the numbers anyway. But I know it's a 163. One of them has been replaced. I'm going to take a picture of that just to show that one of them has been replaced. Looks like one of these compressors have been replaced in the past. How can I tell? Because one has a plug-in harness and the other one doesn't. So one is probably original to the unit, which is pretty impressive. And I said probably, so I don't know for sure. And the other one has likely been replaced. So interestingly enough, we got the deal with the kink thing on the one good circuit. So I'm gonna peek through the thing here, try to look at the side of the evaporator coil and see if I can see any Earls. And there's a good chance I might be able to pop a panel off the other side. Let's go over here and take a look. I'm gonna check on these condenser fan motors. That one's been replaced. That one's old as dirt. No, we're not popping a panel off, so I don't know if y'all can see. The side of the evaporator coil here is a common source of leakages, and typically you're going to see Earl. I don't see any Earl on it at all. We glance around the condenser coil here. There's a light hail damage. It's nothing I'm concerned about and nothing I'm going to write up. I'm going to look up and down this coil here. If there's a leak on the coil, you're going to see a big wet spot. Okay, I don't care if it's just rained or not. Oil and water don't mix, so that oil is going to be existing still on whatever part of the coil is leaking. I don't see anything leaking here. So let's assess the evaporator from this side. Then we'll pop the blower panel off. Got nice and purty Earl filters. Nothing jumping out at me there. I don't even know why these screws are in here. They're kind of unnecessary. Matter of fact, I might keep one for the other side because those did not do well. Okay. Look how our float switch is in conduit. Because that's really protecting a lot right there, you know. That is mint. I think that's factory. Yeah, we're going to call that factory. This little guy right here, I think we're going to call that factory also. You know, if you got a electrical connector, you just don't fit in the hole right, why don't you just goop it up? Just goop it in there. That's code. All right, that's code right there. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. We don't have the shh. We don't have a smoke detector up here. It's probably in the duct, which is super awesome. Somebody has been on this recently because those are still shiny. Stuck in all these 3/8 heads. Man, honestly, you just need one to grab. You want to be safe? Put in two. That's all right. Okay, let's check out our blower here. It was running, so we know it's good. Belt is meh. I'm not gonna mess with it. I doubt that thing was over ramping. We don't have an mixed air sensor, which is okay because we don't have an economizer. All the things in here are mint. Now, I did say earlier I thought I smelled gas. Oh, sorry, I hit you on the thing there. Just putting my sniffer around here. See if the sniffer detects. I'm gonna have to put my knees in the dang water. No, I'm not. I'm gonna put my knees on this. I don't know. Squirt bubbles? Nah, I think we're good. I ain't scared. Oh, almost fell down. Okay. Alright, let's do some testing. We're gonna do some jumping out, get the fire started on her. Make sure the fire, well, we can't. Well, I can, just to test it. To see if the inducer motor works, because that's what I'm really worried about. The inducer motors on these are not cheap. So, this is gonna be a test fire, okay? Test fire! Which means, you know, we're gonna fire it off, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn the gas off to it, because it cannot run. You don't want it to run with a hole in heat exchanger, because people are gonna wake up dead. And that is not gonna be on my dime. Not my dime, but not on my watch. Not on the unit that not on the unit that I gave the thumbs up to. If I give the thumbs up, you ain't gonna wake up dead. Unless something else happens that's out of my control. So, yeah, I'm gonna be right back. Get some jumpers on this dude. Get it fired off. Make sure these motors work too. All right, folks, pop this electrical panel off. Took a quick gander with the peepers here. Looking for charring, pitting, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna need, all the contactors are pitted. So we're gonna be a good idea to go ahead and put that in the thing. All 3 new contactors. Relay looks fine. Control board looks fine. Still got a 3 amp fuse in it, which means we probably haven't had any low voltage issues in the past. I can tell that, oh, that's because we had one condenser fan motor replaced. That's all right. That's all right. Got the dual cap over here. Probably not using half of it. Whatever. I got my W1 and my R jumped off. We're going to see if this thing fires off. If it does, we can go ahead and say that, look, in 2014 they replaced this. Wow, 10 years ago they replaced that inducer motor. That was just like yesterday. So anyhow, without further ado, let's see if it fires off. Hup. Inducer works. Spark, flame. Make sure the blower comes on. Something tells me the blower already came on, which is out of sequence, but I don't really care about that, honestly. I'm completely okay with that. As long as it actually comes on. is running. Okay, so we're gonna kill that one. And then what I am going to do, I'm not gonna check cooling because it's 60, it's cloudy, it's wet. I'm not gonna get good numbers. I know that one circuit has charge, the other one does not. Both of them are gonna have to be broken open. So it really doesn't matter at this point. I can't run this other circuit with a kinked suction line. It's not as bad as being a kinked discharge line, but it's still a restriction. It's going to put a little extra pressure on that compressor. Expansion valve is probably not going to run right because it's not sucking the right amount of refrigerant into the compressor. So let's check these motors. Okay, I'm going to use my, oh look, the blower is just set to come on all the time. I have figured that, determined that, and that is what it is. Oh, let me see here. Which one of these does our fans? Oh, that compressor sounds like utter crap. Oh my goodness. I don't even think it started. Let's see here. See if y'all can listen to this. Oh, that time it started. The other time it did not start. All right, and this is my blower contactor. It's already in. Here's my other compressor. Okay, where's the thing? Where is the thing? Should have had a fan motor come on. Great. Well, let's trace some fan motor wiring. Find out. Oh, it's in the thing. Oh, the blower runs off a contactor. The fan motors run off a relay. Wasn't that just super great? Okay, well, that's an easy fix. We're just going to jump 24 volts over to the relay. How do we do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're going to take 24 Vs straight from probably R. Yeah, it don't matter where you get it from. We're going to come from R here, and then we're going to go to the hot side of this relay, which I'm only going to be able to make an assumption on. We know what you say about assuming. So I have a brown here for common, daisy chain to a brown here for common, and I got a brown here for common. So let's just use process of elimination and say our brain says this brown here is common, which means this is going to be my 24 side. And we're gonna cross our fingers and toes, maybe even cross our eyes. Let's see if we got this thing engaged. Worst comes to worst, you know, the thing blows up. Let me make sure I'm on the right deal. Yep, we're on the right deal. Here we go. Both motors run at full capacity. Okay. Well, this is going to be a tough call because there's only a chance of being able to find a leak, but I would say whenever a unit is completely flat on charge, your chances are much better because that means the leak is probably huge. This is R22, which we can come back with some R407C or some R438A or some NU22, whatever crap replacement thing you want to use. I'm kind of partial to 407C for at HVAC, for AC dilly thing. Now, if it was refrigeration, R407A. Okay, not the C. A. Yeah. There, that's A. There. That's whatever. So we're gonna look at leak check, stage D. Did I call it stage 2? What did I call it? Yeah, I did. And we're gonna look at stage 1. We're gonna have to replace the piece of copper that is kinked. So there's recovery on stage 1. Stage 2, nitrogen, 2 dryers, heat exchanger. Heat exchanger brackets. Always do the limit switches when you do a heat exchanger. So limit switch, rollout switch. That should be it. Both compressors are actually running and they're ohming out right. And when it comes to a leak check, we say leak check and possible repair. Now this is one of those things where we could do all this work and find the leak that's, say it's in the coil. You know, you can still repair a leak in a coil, especially on R22 units. So they don't run off of enormous pressure. You just gotta burn the fins away, you know, wherever the thing is. If it's in the evaporator, just burn the fins away. Low flame, low heat, and patience. And once you get her all cleaned up, you see your where you're spewing, and get on in there and braise it right on up. That's where we're at. I don't think I have anything else to assess on this thing. If y'all see anything I've missed, LMK, okay, let me know. Put it down in a deal. I think we got the biggest things out of the way. I'm going to take some outward pictures of this, you know, like that. Maybe on the other side. And we're not doing the float switch like that. It's not the right answer, okay? We're going to redo the drain, put the float switch in the deal, in the actual drain pan. We're doing manual economizer. I don't like doing the electronic ones because, well, I don't like electronic economizers. I think they're stupid. That's my opinion, okay? Why? Sorry. Mechanical ones, you can do whatever you want with it. Code says you have to have it though, which is fine. I'm going to put in my notes that this thing has been wired so that the blower runs all the time. And they're going to ask, what is the repair for that? Fine. Let me look and see how this thing's wired up. They got the thing off. The thing is off. Wow, just get water all over yourself, Matthew. That's wonderful. Okay, it looks like my blower. Okay, this isn't right. So the duct detector is only wired to stage 1 compressor. That's not right. We want it to cut off the entire unit, not just stage 1 compressor. That'll be noted. What is this? Never mind. I'm so confused right now. What is going on? Okay, where that goes to the thing. There are 2 wires that come in here. One that runs off the stage 1 compressor. No, that's not right. Runs off the common. So this is powering something. I don't even know where the thing goes. It goes down in the deal. But we have this one right here that does actually cut off my 24 volts like it's supposed to. This one has to be my fire detector. I don't know what this one is. Unless my duct detector is being powered this way. But that would mean that it would only be powered. No, because that shares a common. I don't know. I don't know the thing. Okay? I know I got 2 wires coming in here. And someone made this deal run all the time. G running all the time. And I don't see where it's connected. So I'm not going to dig into it anymore. There's really no point. Yeah, there's no point. So I'm gonna look up the serial number, get an age on this thing, get down, top up some things on the old iPad deal, and we'll see what they do. And if they want to replace it, guess what? If I'm on the job, y'all will be too. Let's do a quick roof walk. I say quick. This thing is about 7 miles long, okay? So we ain't gonna go the whole thing. I'm on the clock right now, and I'm not gonna waste time. Look, if they did the thing with the stuff again this time. Well, I don't understand. Why are you... Like, what is... It doesn't protect anything, people. It doesn't protect anything, alright? There's literally 0 point. All of these are pretty aged except this one. This guy's pretty new. That one's got a manual economizer on it. Yeah, that one looks pretty. Not a Carrier fan, but, you know, I don't hate them. Alright, here we got. This whole backside's warehouse, okay? We got warehouse exhaust fans. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 12, 18. I don't even know how many. A lot. They're big, okay? We got a conditioned makeup air unit. That was only conditioned for heat. Bet you that thing was running this winter time. We got another one over there. Another 1, 2, 3. You would think there'd be more than 3 conditioned makeup air units. On the other side, we got more Carriers. Someone must have made a deal with the Carrier, you know? Those are old too. But yeah, someone must have been like, I got a new car out of this sale. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 5. There's 11 Carriers on this roof. See if we can change that. Let's maybe get us a Lennox up here. Yeah, I like the Lennox. Skylight, gas line. Like, there's nothing. I wish this was more. So there's not even a cancer maker up here. I don't even see a cancer maker. There's nothing fun on this roof. Yeah, I'm gonna pack my toys up, go down the ladder thing, and move on to the next and best thing. I didn't drink a big old bottle of water. I ain't even touched it. I've been talking to y'all this whole time. Hey, look, they did it right. Replace the disconnect when you replace a unit, all right? Do it. Don't ask questions. Just do it. It's the cool thing. It's what everyone's doing nowadays. It's the cool thing to do. All right? Do you want to be cool? All right. Yeah? Want to be cool? Then let's be cool. Get you a new disconnect on there, all right? And if it's got a convenience outlet, put a new one on there. I know it runs off a separate circuit. You worried about getting shocked? You can't find the breaker? Blah, blah, blah. Do it hot. Don't do it hot. I'll do it hot. I am going to advise y'all not to do it hot. Find the breaker, okay? How about that? They got little plug things you can stick in there and wave the wand in the breaker panel, okay? That's all I got. All right, hopefully we get to do this deal. We'll get this a replacement. If not, I'll even be here with y'all. Can be here with me for the repair. Heat exchanger, you know, leaks, copper, dryers, and a horrible place. I'm gonna have to be like bottom up inside that fan. Yeah. Until next time. Deuces. Let me do it right. God, get it right.